Hey guys, welcome to Book It List. I'm Raji and today we are going to be seeing a detailed book discussion of my very recent 5-star read, which is The Kite Runner by Khaled Hosseini. This book happens in 1975 in Kabul, Afghanistan, and we are following two 12-year-old boys called Amir and Hassan. But the catch here is that Hassan is actually the son of a servant who works for Amir and his family. Amir goes to school, reads a lot of books, and even writes his own poetry and stories in his free time, and reads it to Hassan because Hassan is illiterate. He cannot study because he belongs to this lower community of Muslims living in Afghanistan called the Hazaras, and Amir belongs to a high community of Muslims living in Afghanistan called the Pashtuns, and there is a lot of class divide between the Hazaras and the Pashtuns, but the difference never really bothers these two boys because they are the best of friends. I personally think it's because Amir's father and Hassan's father are also like brothers, even though Ali is the servant of Baba. But when Baba treats Hassan also as equally as how he treats his own son Amir, Amir gets a tinge of jealousy inside him, and that makes him see Hassan in a different light. When Amir's school friends come home to play, he doesn't include Hassan in his games. He belittles Hassan every chance he gets because of the jealousy and the yearning he has towards his Baba. Amir is just a small 12-year-old boy who wants to feel loved and feel special when it comes to his Baba, and he didn't really like sharing that love with another boy who is the son of a servant. When the annual kite festival occurs in Kabul, Amir sees this as an opportunity to win this kite tournament and gain all the love from his Baba. That is why he and Hassan participate together. There is a separate chapter dedicated to this kite tournament. It was really beautiful to read. I never knew how beautiful this tournament could be. I've never even heard of it. So finally, after Amir and Hassan win the tournament, Amir is celebrated and his Baba is smiling proudly at him, and Hassan has to go run and get the kite back because Hassan is the kite runner. When Hassan doesn't return for a very long time, Amir goes in search of him, and that is when he witnesses a crime. A boy called Asif along with his friends are raping Hassan, and as a friend Amir has to go and save him, right? Or at least alert the others around him, but he does nothing. He just watches Hassan being raped, and he runs away, and he doesn't even disclose to Hassan that he saw what was happening. He just tries to forget and move on. One thing that I forgot to mention to you is that Hassan is the most beautifully written character in all the books in the universe. Like, he is too innocent. He can't hurt anyone. He can't even cause pain to another human being. So when this incident happens and when Amir and Hassan try to get back to their normal lives, Amir sees Hassan struggling and he kind of feels guilty and blames himself for what has happened. But instead of working through his emotions, he does another big mistake. He blames Hassan for something he didn't do and makes sure that Hassan and his father Ali leave the house and their lives forever. Very soon after this incident, we see that there is the Russian invasion on Afghanistan, and Amir and his Baba are forced to flee Afghanistan, and they first go to Pakistan, and from there they move to the US and lead the immigrant life. From this point, the whole book is an emotional roller coaster with so many ups and so many downs. But the question always remains, will Hassan and Amir ever meet again? If they do, what will happen? Will Amir find redemption in his life? Will he ever forgive himself? That is the rest of the book, The Kite Runner by Khaled Hosseini. This book is very, very close to my heart in the sense that it teaches a lot of life lessons. It teaches the importance of friendship, of love, and I really can't talk about this book enough. That's why I have with me now 5 other friends who love this book and adore it to pieces as much as I do. So let's move on to the Q&A session. The Q&A session is going to have a lot of spoilers, so there, you have been warned. The first question is to my friend Shanmugapriya, and here it goes. How did learning that Hassan was Baba's son change your understanding of Baba?
Hello guys, I'm Shanmugapriya Pachayappan. I have a YouTube channel in which I'm posting bookish contents, book summaries, short stories, blogs and book recommendation in Tamil. If you are interested, then don't forget to check out my channel. Now let's move on to the question which I'm going to answer. How did learning that Hassan was Baba's son change your understanding of Baba? Okay, so when I'm reading Kite Runner, at first I was very much impressed on the character Baba. His character seems to be like very good person, like he is a very forward thinking person. When the whole village people hated Hazaras, he treated Hazaras in a better way. He looked to be a bravest person and I thought Amir should keep his Baba as a role model. But when I got to know Hassan is Baba's own son, then the whole perspective of Baba is completely changed at that point. Baba is not at all brave enough to accept Hassan as his own son in front of others. Of course, he treated Hassan in a better way, but not equal as Amir, which he deserves to be. At some point, I thought if Amir gets to know that Hassan was his own brother, then he might help him during the rape situation. So this is how my perspective changed when I get to know that Hassan was Baba's own son. So now it's my turn to ask question. Do you think Amir is the only character who feels guilty for their past action? Do you think Baba has regrets about how he treated his sons?
That is an amazing and detailed answer. I loved it. And to answer your question, do I think Amir is the only character who feels guilty for the past actions? No, not at all. I think Baba feels very guilty to have lied to everyone that Hassan is a servant's son. And even Ali, for that matter, would have felt guilty for lying to Hassan that he is the father. And Saurabha, I think that's how you pronounce her name, Hassan's mother, must have felt very guilty for leaving Hassan right after he was born. So except Asif, who is the rapist in this book, I think everyone else have carried an emotional baggage and guilt throughout their life. And my next question is to Ananya. Were you surprised to learn about the racial tension between Pashtuns and Hazaras in Afghanistan? Can you think of any culture without a history of oppression? Why do you think minority groups are oppressed so often? Let's see her answer.
Hi guys, I'm Ananya Thakur, just a girl who loves reading. Well, obviously. I have a Bookstagram account, handle name @NiyaRead. Very excited to be a part of this video and thank you Bucket List for giving me such an opportunity. So, I read Kite Runner in 2019 and really liked it. It taught me so much about a country I knew nothing about before. To answer the question, no, I was not really surprised learning about racial tensions between two different groups. I think I've seen that too much everywhere. But learning about the Pashtuns and the Hazaras and their history and in Afghanistan's history in general was really interesting. It was really fun and unfortunately I don't think I can think of any culture in this world without a history of oppression. I see it everywhere. Even though I also believe that there is as much hope in this world as there is horrible things. To answer the last part of the question, I don't think the question should be why minority groups are oppressed so much. I think the question should be why are there minority groups to begin with? Why are we divided so much? I really don't get it. And my question to Raji, aka Bucket List is, Did the book change your feelings on immigration? Why or why not? And which part of the immigrant experience seemed the hardest to you?
Hats off to your answer, Ananya. I also truly believe that unless an oppressor understands that all human beings are equal, the majority groups are just going to oppress the minority groups, and that is just the sad state that we live in. And to answer your question, did the book change my feelings on immigrations? Which part of the immigrant experience seemed the hardest to me? So there is this scene in the book where Amir and his Baba are trying to escape from Afghanistan, and they are put in this dark vehicle where there are 30 more people. So there is no air to even breathe, but they just have to stay silent because there will be checking in the border. So if they make any noise, they will be found out and shot on the spot. So without air, they just had to stay 2 nights or something. So that was the hardest immigrant experience that just curled my heart. Let me read it to you. Panic. You open your mouth, open it so wide, your jaws creak. You order your lungs to draw air. Now you need air, need it now. But your airways ignore you. You want to scream, but you have to breathe to scream. So this particular para, just I had to put the book down and just breathe out. I felt very suffocated by that particular paragraph. And my next question to Lizzie is, why did Amir act so hatefully towards Hassan after he saw him getting raped? Why did Hassan still love Amir?
Hello everyone, this is Lizzie. First of all, thank you Rajieka for having me here. The Kite Runner is one of my most favorite books of all time, so I am very happy to be discussing it here. The things I am going to talk about are, why did Amir behave so hatefully towards Hassan after that incident, and why did Hassan keep loving Amir even after that incident? So as for Amir, we all know how guilty he felt after that incident. He was really ashamed of his cowardice because he knew Hassan ran after that kite for Amir, and if Hassan had given the kite to Asaf, that incident could have been avoided. And first of all, if Hassan did not defend Amir using that slingshot, that whole trouble with Asaf could have been avoided. So Hassan was always there for Amir, but Amir failed to be there for Hassan when he needed him the most. So he felt really guilty, and every time he saw Hassan, he felt very, very guilty. So that is when he made the next mistake. He wanted to get rid of Hassan, and that turned out to be the biggest mistake. He thought getting rid of Hassan could reduce his guilt, but on the contrary, when Hassan and Ali left and Baba cried, he became even more guiltier. And that is why he says that winter changed his life forever. It indeed changed his life forever. Then he was always carrying that guilt with him. So the next thing is, why did Hassan keep loving Amir even after that incident? So we all know what a person Hassan was. He was such a pure and innocent person. He is a gem of a person. Hassan is one fictional character I think can never be seen in reality. Which a pure person is almost impossible to see in real life. So, and Hassan always loved Amir. Hassan loved Amir the most. Hassan's first ever word was Amir. So he can never hate Amir. Of course, he was hurt by Amir's behavior. He was hurt by Amir not coming for his rescue, but he can never hate Amir. He was such a person. In the very beginning of the book, Amir has described Hassan's birth as Hassan's mother did not have so much pain while delivering him because Hassan was never capable of hurting anyone. So I think such a person can never hurt Amir. That is why I think Hassan kept loving Amir even after that incident. But he was hurt. He was hurt by Amir's behavior, but he cannot stop loving him. The question I would like to ask is, what did the Kite Runner teach you?
Wow, Lizzie, like your answer made me like Hassan even more. He's just the purest souls ever. And anyway, to answer your question, which was what did the Kite Runner teach me about Afghanistan, about friendship, love, forgiveness, and redemption? Now, as long as I have pictured Afghanistan, I've always felt like it was a war-prone area with so much deaths and like so much violence caused towards women especially. But after reading this book, I feel emotionally connected to Afghanistan as a free country, you know, before the Russian invasion happened. Like, I can now picture Afghan as a country of its right, and that might be due to the fact that it was written in first person perspective, and secondly it was so descriptive. The flavor of the food and the smell, and like the streets of Kabul, the culture, the weddings that happened, the music, the dance, like I could literally see everything happening before my eyes, and now I feel like I'm a part of Afghan culture. That is how good the book and its descriptions was. So okay, about friendship and love and forgiveness and redemption, after seeing Hassan and what had happened to him, the lesson it taught me is that friendship and love should never be one-sided. It might be an unpopular opinion because Hassan is a gem of a person, but you shouldn't really be that way. That's my opinion. So let me ask my next question to Kudisya. Who suffers the most in the Kite Runner according to you?
Hi Raji, this is Kudisya. I hope you're fine and I hope I'm audible to you. Yeah, okay, cool. So the question is, who suffered the most in the Kite Runner? This question is the most easiest and the most hardest question to answer because every character in the book had gone through suffering. So if you take Hassan, you know, he suffered a lot, but that will be more generic because he's the main character in the book. So now I want to talk about two other persons who have suffered equally. One is Shohrab, because when I read about Shohrab's story, I hardly felt anywhere, you know, he being happy, because, you know, he born at a war time and Taliban took over. His parents got killed in front of him, you know, and he moved to orphanage. There he was, you know, sexually, physically abused. Or so, you know, his life was like constant suffering. Every stage was like, you know, suffering. So the second person that I'll say is Baba, because Baba in the story had a great personality, strong person, you know, a mentally strong person. But at the end we came to know that he made a huge mistake that affected you know, Amir's and Hassan's life. So, you know, what I feel like the problem with the right person is, no, they must have, you know, they must have guilt throughout the life. So to me, Baba might not, you know, suffered physically, but he been mentally suffered a lot more than Hassan and Amir, because to see the kids suffering, son suffering now, that will be much harder. I hope I answered your questions. So now my question to you is, what does the title means to you, and does it symbolizes something? And I really want to thank you for giving this opportunity to talk about the Kite Runner. You know, it's been more than 6 to 7 months since I've read the book, but it still, you know, feels, you know, great to talk about it. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Have a great time. Bye.
Yes, Kudisya, like that's very, very true. Baba's suffering can never be compared to anyone else's. I think he was the man who was really brooding inside and had nobody to talk to even. So you are right. And to answer your question, which was, what does the title Kite Runner mean? Do I think the kite running was meant to symbolize anything? If so, what? I think yes. The author Khaled Hosseini has done a brilliant job in picking this title to be the title of the book, because the journey of this book begins when Amer as a kid is a self-centered individual who cares only about himself and not really about others. But as we see him grow and evolve through life, we see that he has humbled down a little bit and found redemption, and even though that might be coming from a place of guilt, he has become a better person. So that's my answer. And if you remember the first kite tournament that I was talking to you about, you'll know that the last thing Hasan does before running to get the kite is tell Amer that for you 1,000 times over. Like, that is such a significant line in the book, because he was the kite runner then, and we see in the last line of the book that Amer tells the same to Saurabh, for you 1,000 times over. So I feel like with this particular line and the title Kite Runner put together, the whole book just comes an entire circle and it feels very whole. So that's my answer, and I think that is the significance of the title, The Kite Runner. My next question to Rajeshri is, what did you think of the portrayal of women in the book? Because I feel like this is a very important book which could have told a lot of stories about women in Afghanistan, which was beautifully done in Thousand Splendid Suns, right? So what did you think of the portrayal of women in the book, Rajeshri? Did it bother you that there were so few female characters in the book? I'm very eager to hear your answer.
Hello guys, I'm Rajeshri and we are having a Kite Runner discussion here. And I'm so happy to join. So the question I need to be answered is about the portrayal of women in Kite Runner, and also the fact that there is only few female characters in the entire book, and as a reader it affects me. So I think I answer the second one first. So the second question about the few female characters part. I think it's really okay. It didn't affect me, or I don't think it's kind of it's like the author plan not to write about women in it. If you read Kite Runner, you know that the story is entirely narrated by Amer, and the story really revolves around Amer and his childhood friend Hasan and Amer's Baba. So 3 characters. So there is no much female characters or people in Amer's life at all. So when there is no people need to be narrated, a story didn't need to be narrated. So there is no females in Amer's life, and I think so there is no need to be much female characters. It's not like a book need a certain number of female characters in. There is no need of much female characters, because the story is not about Afghanistan women or how Afghanistan Taliban affect the women life in Afghanistan or anything. The story is entirely focusing on Amer's life from his childhood to his adulthood, and also there is a part, it's a historical fiction, and we know that there is an involvement of Taliban, but mainly I think the story was mainly focused on children life in Afghanistan during and before Taliban, and also how generally the Hazaras was affected than anything else. Also the immigration, the people life after the people who emigrated from Afghanistan to other parts like America as Amer and his Baba, and how their life was after that, and how was Afghanistan later. So the book wasn't about women in Afghanistan mainly. So I think that's really cool. We have a glimpse of Afghanistan woman in the book. When Amer and his Baba was moving from Kabul, we know that an officer came and asked half an hour time with the woman who was traveling with them, and I don't know what was the more terrifying thing. If it was the officer asking half an hour time with a married woman, or their husband who offered his sister instead of wife. I think women always suffer in Afghanistan, no matter what, if it is Taliban or not. I think that kind of we can get an idea of how women's life was in Afghanistan before and after. They always suffer. I think that's the answer for both of the question. And I think if you don't read Kite Runner, you must read the book. And also, there is something I need to ask. The question is that when we learn the fact that Hassan was Baba's son, what was your attitude towards him then? Like, how your understanding changed about Baba?
Yes, Rajeshri, you are right. That is an excellent perspective, because even though the Kite Runner had very few female characters in them, the depth those characters holds and all their effect on the whole story is pretty huge. So I do agree with your perspective. And to answer your question, which was how did learning that Hassan was Baba's son change my perspective of Baba? So from the first chapter till the last, we never see the story through Baba's perspective, right? Like, we never get his point of view or his thoughts on certain things that happened. We always decipher his actions and thoughts from what happened to other people in the story. So I really feel like Baba has a lot of layers, and I was pretty shocked I did not expect that Hassan would be Baba's own child, and it didn't really change my perspective on Baba. I loved him from the beginning. I love him till the last, because he was also young when he had Hassan, right? So he did not know how to face the society. He couldn't just openly say that he had a son with a Hazara woman. And even though that is completely wrong, I do understand, I do forgive him, because he was also a young person going through life as we all do. So but I really wish that Baba and Hassan had a moment together as a father and a son. Even though Ali was the best father in the entire book, I really wish that Hassan knew that Baba was his own father. That could have made me feel a lot more, happier, and I would have gotten a closure over this book, which I haven't got it still, because it's been over 2 weeks since I finished the book and I'm still not okay. So the ending, you must read the ending to find out what happens and who Saurabh is. So yeah, if you liked this video, please like, share and subscribe to my channel so that you get notified every time I post a new video. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.